that lays on this murder lays with the legislature. Our legislature has done everything within their possibility to defer prosecution on heroin, to direct us judges to let everybody out who is on heroin.
A Kentucky judge lays into lawmakers, partially blaming them for the murder of a woman with cancer. Good evening, everybody. That was just part of Judge Ken Easterling's verbal lashing of the Kentucky legislature. It came during a hearing for the people charged with killing Marcie Satchwell.
A detective testified today Satchwell's cousin hatched a plan with his daughter and another teenager to rob her. It ended up costing the 58-year-old victim her life. Police say Kenneth Jones wanted his cousin's new supply of pain pills, so he and the teenage boy went to Marcie's home to rob her. Detectives say the teenager was supposed to knock out Satchwell when she answered the door.
DW stated that once he saw the victim in the doorway, he was unable to do that, and that she was so small and frail. He felt bad about it, so he walked away.
That's when Jones apparently took matters into his own hands. Police say he suffocated Satchwell, tossed her body in the trunk of a car overnight, and then dumped her in the woods near Rabbit Hash.
Police say Jones is a drug addict and had warrants out for his arrest in Campbell County before the murder. That's why Judge Easterling sounded off. He says the legislature is setting policies to address the heroin epidemic, but not properly funding the programs. We asked Christian Hauser to look into that.
Attorney and Kentucky State Representative Joe Fisher has been in the legislature the past 20 years and has been on the Judiciary Committee every one of them. Fisher says a lack of funding for treatment has been an ongoing issue the past 8 to 10 years since the opioid epidemic started.
The criminal justice system just cannot handle all the criminals that are charged with possession.
We showed him what Kenton County District Judge Ken Easterling said about Kenneth Jones and the murder of Denita Satchwell.
Our legislature has done everything within their possibility to defer prosecution on heroin, to direct us judges to let everybody out who is on heroin. And I point out he's out, a persistent felony offender from Campbell County is out on an OR bond.
An OR bond is when you're released without putting up any cash to promise you'll come back for future hearings. Kenneth Jones was charged with possession of heroin, a felony.
That is shameful that someone who is a persistent felon would be sent away from the court without conditions.
Fisher says the legislature has tried to provide funding for those with substance abuse problems and points out the latest budget has more money in it for treatment. But he also says Kentucky's prisons are full.
We're incarcerating the most we have in history, over 25,000 persons incarcerated, and we have to be smart.
Representative Fisher tells me that the legislature has made no changes to the bail guidelines, and if they were looking at them, judges would be consulted before any changes are finalized. Live in Covington, Christian Hauser, Local 12 News.
Christian, thanks. The two teenagers charged are in juvenile detention. An 18-year-old, Braden Reeves, is charged with facilitation to murder.